A long-time tradition has eroded, and it's not to say it wasn't going to be extinct sooner, but let's face the facts. Traditional marriage where a man and woman come together in holy matrimony is a one and done, it seems, in the 2020 decade. Yea, there are still men and women who value marriage, that will never go away. But in today's society this is all about MGTOW. And most women surely know what this particular abbreviation stands for. It means men going their own way, and that has been trending like clockwork for a vast portion of the 2020s. These are dudes who are tired of trying to measure up to women's standards. And usually they have dealt with constant rejection. They're sick of all the ghosting, especially learning their girlfriend is hooking up with some other dude, or their best friend, a cousin, hell sometimes even their own brother. That's a super ouchie right there. Thus, the results started a new gender brand titled MGTOW, and it looks as if it's getting dusted off and getting set for another run. So it's the feminists versus the online male separatist movement advocating for men to avoid marriage, cohabitation, and committed romantic relationships with women. No, I've talked about maritime admiralty law a few times on the MBM channel. I framed it down to maritime concepts, and there are a few terms and phrases that apply to marriage, childbirth, and the couple themselves. For marriage, the maritime concept that applies here is partnership. Notice ship lags behind the word in all caps. For childbirth, or the birth of a child, is called a little corporation, and the latter aspect behind that is an added term called maritime product. Mum and dad are the big corporations who hold obtained assets. Whether it's a lot or not still applies here, and their names are recognized as living, breathing businesses. Therefore, every newborn is automatically a maritime product. Because they dwelled within their mother's womb for 9 months or premature, the water within her womb is life-giving. The woman's vessel is like a ship-carrying product. And the man's sperm is needed to help manifest their child, so he's called the manufacturer or a seaman, aka seaman. And his job is to spread his load all over her deck, like product or cargo getting placed on a ship's deck. Right? So you get the basic coded terms and principles there. Make sure to check out sessions 3 and 30 either here on Kick or YouTube, to get a much broader understanding of how maritime concepts are applied to our lives and render under the United States of America the Second Constitution in all caps, which was ratified back in 1871 under the Act of 1871. No, understand the wife or girlfriend within this partnership is sitting pretty either way, because the key aspect was her creating the product, which becomes the state government's kid, by the way. Yeah, it goes deep. So this alone is just one of the key aspects weighing on a guy's mind. And there's not much headspace at all, because if he messes around and fails to provide or measure up as he was supposed to, then he'll soon find himself swarming in debt and facing harsh legal repercussions. On top of all that are the added expectations that really tightens the screws in the casket. Because women want them to be everything they envision as the perfect guy. This is why men feel like walking ATMs with targets on their backs. End result, you'll see a Benny Hill type of guy running for the hills just to get away. No, this isn't to say men should avoid their responsibilities as a father. But women have to realize as well they are truly under a lot of stress. You have guys who want to please their wives and take care of their kids. The difference is when their wives or girlfriends are demanding a grocery list of expectations for them to adapt, which is taxing and unrealistic. No, there's more complex situations that apply here as well, and it will lead up to the reasons why men are choosing to adopt MGTOW policies as a final choice. Alright, here's the core aspect of this session. The security set trap. Women were sold the idea that a man equals lifelong security. They label them as providers, protectors, emotional rocks, handymen, adventure partners, and ones who give them endless validation. Yup, a full grocery list of expectations is how many men will see it. And some tried to measure up. They worked harder, provided more, bent over backwards for their queens. Yet, the bar plummeted over and over again, as the level of respect they once had was getting trampled on like a bad habit. Boring, transactional intimacy. Constant complaints. No reciprocity. Result: men are checking out quietly. Not loudly. Not with drama. They're just done. Peace over chaos is the aim. Self-investment over extraction. Yes, it's apparent. Men no longer give a rat's ass. Women are going insane because men no longer give a FCK about chasing sex and validation the old way. Guys are realizing the chase is a trap. Catching her doesn't end the game. It starts a more expensive, exhausting one. The prize and the punishment feel the same. High body counts. Science shows women release bonding hormones with every partner, making future attachment harder. Men don't work the same. Add perimenopause realities hitting many marriages like a freight train. Fatigue, low libido, blame shifted to the husband. Doctors miss it. Counseling fails. Men get painted as the problem. Meanwhile, men are building empires solo, traveling, hitting the gym, stacking cash, finding peace. Passport bros pulling quality women overseas who actually value them. It's not shocking, it's logical. Abroad, men aren't judged as walking wallets with expiration dates. Let's call it what it is. Many modern relationships turned parasitic. Of course, not all women are parasitic, but the pattern is undeniable. Men share wealth, time, and energy expecting partnership. Too often they get demands without contribution, weaponized emotions and divorce threats as leverage, post-war panic when the leverage fades. 70–80% of divorces are initiated by women. Men who finally say I'm out get gaslit, painted as villains, while their assets get divided. Kings are done subsidizing lifestyles that don't build them up. They're choosing freedom, purpose, and real value, not performative roles in a broken script. Important disclaimer: this isn't about dodging fatherhood or real responsibilities. Good men still want to be great dads. The issue isn't realistic, ever-expanding expectations that treat men like disposable providers. Taxing, stressful, unsustainable. When wives or girlfriends demand a man be everything while offering less and less in return, emotional labor, respect, intimacy, then again, it's a Benny Hill run for the hills. End result: women. The pedestal was removed from under you, but the expectations stayed. And men noticed. The security set trap is eroding fast. Men are waking up, going their own way, focusing on mission, health, brotherhood, and selective relationships only with high-value women who add real value. This isn't the end of society, it's a correction. Men investing in themselves create stronger individuals, which builds stronger communities when balanced. To the men watching, your peace is priceless. Stack your skills, health, finances, and options. Never let anyone make you feel obligated to light yourself on fire to keep them warm. And this goes to both men and women who are users and would-be scammers. Real partnership requires mutual effort, respect, and accountability, not entitlement. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Have you seen the security set trap in action? Share responsibly. Subscribe to see more. Alright, see you at the next session. So if you liked what you saw and heard today about this informative topic matter, then smash that like button. Make sure to subscribe to Mind Blast Mechanics, where we dive deep into the observations that matter. We'll get back to you as soon as possible. If you have a question to be answered, don't miss our next video, so make sure to tap that bell. Thanks for watching.